If you're thinking about buying the EPOMAKER TH80 keyboard, hold on for a second, because I've got some surprising and honestly shocking insights that might change your mind. This keyboard promises a compact size with powerful features that sound perfect at first glance, like a 78-key layout packed with per-key RGB, a metal volume knob, a glass screen, and a whopping 10,000 mAh battery for 200+ hours of wireless use. But here's what surprised me. Not everything is as rosy as the specs suggest. In fact, the TH80 has some quirks and setbacks that might make you think twice before clicking buy. So stick around because I'm about to peel back the layers on this keyboard, the good, the bad, and everything in between. You might already know keyboards aren't sexy tech, but the EPOMAKER TH80 tries hard to stand out. Yet behind the flashy 1.06-inch gift-displaying glass screen and hot-swappable keys lies some real questions about usability and value. However, this review isn't just a rant. I'll help you understand if this keyboard could be your next office companion, gaming weapon, or just a neat gadget. Whether you're a Mac or Windows user, a casual typist, or a hardcore gamer, this keyboard promises compatibility and customization, but there's a catch. So why does a keyboard with a 4.7-star Amazon rating seem to divide opinions so much? That's what we're diving into right now. First, let's talk about who this keyboard is actually for. The EPOMAKER TH80 is targeting people who want a compact 75% keyboard with premium features, wireless connectivity that lasts days, per-key RGB lighting, and a unique OLED screen that's supposed to add style and utility. It's perfect for creatives, remote workers, and gamers who don't want to sacrifice desk space, but still want solid typing feel and customization options. If you love tinkering, you'll appreciate the hot-swappable keys and knobs to make it your personalized machine. But if you need absolute plug-and-play simplicity or absolute quietness, this keyboard might trip you up a bit. Now, let's dive deeper into the build and design because this is where EPOMAKER really tries to impress. Weighing just over 1 kg with a thick plastic shell, it feels sturdy and built to last. No cheap plastic here. The metal volume knob is a nice touch and actually works quite well for quick audio adjustments. The glass screen. It's a conversation starter and displays time, battery status, and even custom GIFs, which, hey, if you're the kind of person who wants a mini watch on your desktop, that's pretty cool. However, the screen also introduces some problems. The software needed to upload GIFs isn't exactly intuitive. It's Chrome-based but has some bugs and requires you to tinker with drivers and settings, something not everyone will want to deal with. Plus, the screen can be more distracting than useful if you're a focused typist. You might start staring at dancing kittens when you should be hitting deadlines. And don't get me started on brightness. You'll need to tweak that constantly depending on your room lighting because it's either too dim or too glary. Speaking of typing, the EPOMAKER TH80 promises a creamy typing sound and feel, which made me curious. This isn't just marketing speak. The keyboard does come with carefully chosen noise-canceling materials and options like silent sea salt switches. In use, it feels smooth with a satisfying thunk, great for long sessions without fatigue thanks to its ergonomic cherry profile keycaps and adjustable kickstand. And those grease-resistant PBT keycaps. They look great and stay clean longer, which is a real win for anyone who snacks at their desk. That said, this creaminess can turn into something more like mayo gone bad if you don't get your switch preferences right. Plus, some users found the gasket mount system a bit too soft, reducing the tactile feedback they crave for gaming. Rehook time. Are you curious about how this keyboard performs in gaming? Because the TH80 is marketed as a tri-mode gaming keyboard with low latency and full anti-ghosting. But does it really deliver under pressure? Stay with me. If you game competitively or casually, the EPOMAKER TH80 attempts to bridge the gap between work and play with its 2 ms low-latency connection, and 1000 Hz polling rate, connecting via 2.4 GHz, Bluetooth, or wired USB-C. It remembers your key maps and macros on onboard memory, super handy if you switch devices often. But here's a twist. Gamers who demand ultra-responsive keyboards tend to find the Bluetooth mode laggy despite advertised specs. Plus, the battery-saving mode can cause a slight delay after waking from sleep, which can throw off split-second decisions needed for victory. And while the hot swap feature is fantastic for swapping switches without soldering, a great way to customize your feel, it's important to note the keyboard is only compatible with 3 or 5-pin switches. So if you already own weird or less common switches, compatibility could be a pain. Also, the volume knob, while slick, sometimes doubles as a key in software, causing confusion or accidental presses mid-game or work. Imagine turning your music off by mistake right when the boss calls. Let's not forget the battery life boast, 200+ hours wireless. Sounds epic, right? Well, that depends on your usage. Bright RGB and continuous screen use can cut down that time dramatically. Also, the keyboard supports play and charge, meaning you can game or work wired as battery charges. But the included USB-A to USB-C cable feels cheap, and the connection can get loose if you're moving around your desk, frustrating some users. By now you might be wondering, with all these quirks, is the EPOMAKER TH80 worth it? Before I give you my verdict, here's a little story. I was testing the keyboard for a week straight while working and gaming every day. At first, the typing felt like tasting a perfect cup of coffee, smooth, satisfying, and just right. But midweek, the software glitches started creeping up. My custom GIFs vanished mysteriously, and one day the knob acted like a DJ mixing button rather than volume control. It made me chuckle, and yes, I spilled some coffee trying to fix it. But it also made me question if I wanted a keyboard demanding this much babysitting. On the bright side, the build quality impressed me daily. I dropped it once, accidentally, and not a key was out of place. Definitely a keyboard for people who don't baby their gear. The RGB was vivid and fun, and the wireless connectivity gave me freedom from cable clutter. Also, for Mac users, the included Mac modifier key prints and software compatibility were refreshing compared to many Windows-focused keyboards. And if you love customizing macros and switches, this keyboard opens a playground for adventures. Let me hit you with some jokes to lighten the mood because, hey, reviewing keyboards can get dry. Why did the keyboard break up with the computer? Because it caught too many control issues. Or how about this? Why don't keyboards ever get lost? Because they always know where the home key is. All right, one more. I tried to make a pun about mechanical keyboards, but it just didn't type out right. Okay, last one. Why did the gamer bring a broom to the tournament? To sweep the competition with the TH80, hopefully. So, wrapping up, what's the final verdict? The EPOMAKER TH80 is a fascinating product with a lot of premium features that come packed in a compact, sturdy design. It's perfect for users who want a wireless 75% keyboard with cool customizable flair like an OLED screen and hot-swappable keys. If you love to tweak, customize, and enjoy wireless freedom without sacrificing typing quality, this keyboard will bring a smile to your face. However, if you prefer plug-and-play, zero fuss, and 100% flawless software experience, you might run into frustrations. Despite some quirks with software, latency in Bluetooth mode, and occasional knob confusion, the positives definitely outweigh the negatives for many users. The creamy typing feel, robust build, and long battery life make it a serious contender in the mid-range mechanical keyboard market, especially at a price of $71.99, which is great value for all these features. Just know that this keyboard is for the adventurous and the tech-savvy who appreciate modularity and personalization over simplicity. If you're still on the fence, here's what I suggest. Grab the EPOMAKER TH80 if you enjoy customizing your setup, and want a stylish wireless keyboard that stands out on your desk. For voice of reason's sake, check out the updated software forums and YouTube user reviews to prep yourself for some initial setup work, so you don't get caught off guard. After all, a little patience goes a long way here. Don't forget, the price can change fast on Amazon, so check the link in the description for the best deal right now. If you decide the EPOMAKER TH80 is your next keyboard, you're getting great build, wireless freedom, and a keyboard that's as unique as your gift collection. Thanks for watching and happy typing.